Okay, DJ Khaled, let's go. I know a lot about this. There's one thing I know a lot about, it's DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled was once unanimously loved by the music industry and music fans.
I need a CX777 Khaled vid. No, we don't, all right? No, we don't. No, we do not.
Chunk of his recent career, he has received a lot of hate, with many people wondering what he even does other than yelling in his songs. After being in the music industry for decades and involved in multiple controversies, Khaled has still managed to maintain important relationships with...
Bro, honestly, I don't even think people would hate DJ Khaled if he didn't have such a massive ego. Like, you could compare him to Rick Rubin in the sense it's like, what do they really do? You know, they're just like kind of ordering people around the studio, essentially. I'm sure Rick Rubin does more in reality, but like they don't really have any technical skills in terms of like playing an instrument or making beats or anything. So it makes you wonder what they do. But I feel like people respect Rick Rubin a lot more because he doesn't go around being a fucking narcissistic prick. His music is not good either, in my opinion, but you know.
Every big name in the industry. This raises a few questions, like why do all of these fans hate DJ Khaled, and how can he have friendships with huge artists like Drake with so many other people saying he doesn't do anything?
They came from nothing, and then from there they got a store and a shop.
Connections. All right, video's over, guys. He can play guitar. He can play guitar. Yeah, let's show that video of him playing guitar, actually.
Center. So I would sleep at the store, I would wake up at the store, and I would just see them work 7 days a week.
Well, before DJ Khaled's public reputation was yelling on songs, not knowing how to produce, being a terrible musician, and being ungrateful for all of his success, DJ Khaled was, as his name implies, a DJ, and he was pretty good at his job. Khaled was the son of two Palestinian...
He's like really insecure. Like, do you guys remember that whole Tyler, the Creator arc? I'm sure he's going to talk about this and the guitar playing.
Immigrants. And despite what many people believe nowadays, he actually had to struggle a lot to get to where he is. His parents...
Basically, we'll just let him say it.
Parents moved from Palestine to New Orleans with only $20 to their name. To survive and feed the family, Khaled and his parents would sell clothes out the back of their van at local flea markets. Khaled said, they worked every day, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. If I wanted to hang out with my mother and father, I had to hang out with them hustling. Eventually, his parents moved from New Orleans to Orlando, where Khaled would get his start DJing. Both of his parents were...
That edit was pretty dope.
...musicians, so it made sense that he decided to pursue musical interests as well.
Another one.
Most parents, they weren't a huge fan of his style of music, but they would still support their son regardless of these strange loud noises coming from
they're just like, yeah, I fucking hate his music.
Their garage. When thinking back to this time, DJ Khaled has said, I wouldn't say the word black sheep of the family, but I guess I was. My mother and father supported me. Other people outside the family were like, man, what's Khaled doing? He crazy. And while making music in his Orlando garage may have been the birthplace of his musical journey, it would not be for a very long time that he would actually see any success, and there would be many roadblocks along the way. Came up with that myself. The first of which came when Khaled was 16 and watched the tax issues experienced by his parents and enforced by the IRS change his life. He said, I literally watched the government take everything. His family went from living in comfort back to nothing. And
Bro, I like how he's like almost like, it looks like he's photoshopped in there with the way he dresses compared to everyone else in his family. It's amazing.
Pretty much set them back to where they were when they first immigrated. Miami New Times said the family,
like, it looks like he's photobombing his family every time there's a picture of him.
He had to move back to New Orleans to regroup, and Khaled followed. Unable to afford Orlando on his own, he needed a job, which he briefly found at Odyssey Records. While this was an undeniable setback for the family, it led to Khaled finding the second catalyst to his inevitable success. While working at
Bro, wait, hold on a second. The double Sony MDRs though. The doubles, like, why? What is going on? What is going on today, guys? For real. What is going on today, guys? What? Why? What? How many headphones?
While working at Odyssey Records, DJ Khaled met Birdman, a young Lil Wayne, and the rest of the Cash Money label.
Basically, he rose to fame through DJing. Like, he came up through DJing, and he got his like place in the industry by doing that. And if that didn't happen, he wouldn't be there. That's it. He got the connections. He got out before everybody could make beats and could get, you know, to where he is. He's multi-band splitting the headphones. Referencing done right. Lots of people actually do that. Why though?
Birdman would drop off CDs and cassette tapes, Khaled remembers. I used to be the guy behind the counter. He watched
XXL sound. They get that huge sound, that massive sound.
Birdman and Wayne meet for the first time. Obviously, these guys would later be regular guests in his tracks, but that wouldn't be for a while. After briefly working at Odyssey, Khaled was caught making phone calls to record labels in New York while he was on the job, so he was fired. He had to make a decision, so he said,
hey, he's on that grind, bro. Don't bash it till you try it. I have one set of Sony MDRs, but they're broken. I don't have two.
On my music career. As the Miami New Times said, Khaled had already made up his mind. He was the best. After a month in jail for some
Hey, tell yourself you're the best long enough, only you're gonna believe it.
offenses and then a few other issues with the police, Khaled decided to move to Miami. He followed in his parents'
Please stop calling record labels at work, Khaled.
But we the best.
All right, we get that, Khaled. What is not the best is calling record labels while you're at work, okay? We have a long line here, Khaled. Okay?
We the best.
No, we are not the best. We would be the best if you took care of the line here, Khaled.
footsteps, moving to Miami with only $20 in his pocket. He was sleeping wherever he could.
That's stock. That's the stock image right there. That is not. I could point out a stock image or stock footage a mile away. Not that it's wrong. I just have a very heightened sense for it because I pay for stock footage and then I try to make it look organic in videos. I'm not gonna lie, it does look pretty organic though. But I just know it already. I know it.
Every gig that passed him by and was really trying to take advantage of every opportunity possible. Being in Miami, he didn't exactly stand out for being a DJ. In fact, he probably blended in due to the city's club scene. And not only was he one of many—
I like how he said that while he's just showing him and a bunch of other overweight dudes. He's like, yeah, he probably blended in. What are you trying to say here, Maddie? What are you trying to say here, Maddie? Huh? You saying something here? You saying something here?
probably blended in due to the city's club scene. And not only was he one of many DJs trying to make it in the city, but he also didn't have the most experience. When people were looking to book him, they just saw some random kid with a lot of energy. But despite things being tough, Khaled pushed through.
Bro, his beard is crazy, dude. Anytime I see somebody with a beard lined up like that, I'm like, scammer, scammer, scammer. You're a scammer. I don't know why, but you're a scammer if you have that beard, dude. If it's like that touched up where it looks like you drew in the missing parts with a Sharpie, you're a scammer. I don't know why. I don't make up the rules. That's just how it is. Do you think Khaled ever partied with Diddy? I don't know, man. It's like they're trying to look super clean so that you'll give them the money. But they're always a scammer. I don't know why. Probably because it costs a lot to do this, and you're gonna need a scam in order to make this kind of money.
As Khaled was struggling to find his big break, he turned to the only radio station that would give him time. One day, Khaled knocked on the door of Kool and Dre, who at the time were running a pirate radio station with a makeshift soundboard. He said, "Hey, I just moved to Miami from Orlando. I've been trying to get some time on the radio, and everybody keeps telling me no. I wonder if I can get some time on y'all's slot." Only a week later, Kool and Dre would take their talents to Atlanta, leaving behind Khaled with full control of the station. They said, when we got back to Miami in 9 months, he had already taken over the city. Not only would Khaled take over the city, but also the studio, as he was forced to stay and sleep there. Khaled would wake up, DJ—
Nah, I'm not saying don't trim your beard. Because clearly trimming your beard is fine. But I'm saying when it's so touched up that it doesn't look real anymore, I'm telling you, scammer every single time, bro. The only person I think that's kind of like that and is not a scammer is Decap. That is the one person. And I think he should change that look. I think he has sometimes because I don't see it as touched up all the time. But when it's that touched up, bro, I'm telling you, scammer.
Till sunrise, then pass out and repeat. It was this obsession with his craft that led to his early notoriety in the area. And not only did it lead to some local buzz, but also a few DJ bookings at some nightclubs. Khaled was grinding, doing everything he could to keep growing as an artist. Eventually, his persistence led to him becoming a regular DJ at a popular club in Miami. And apparently, he became
beard with 4 OTTs on it.
so popular that there were lines out the door when he
they
was
paint
performing.
it for real.
Khaled was making waves, enough to catch the attention of 99 Jams. The famous—
See, that's a little more, this is a little more trustworthy. Weirdly, the more scruffy your beard is, it's more trustworthy. I would trust this guy more than the other guy earlier. Well, they're both him, but
famous Dr. Luke, who is also a member of the 99 Jams team, described Khaled with this statement. It was energy. Imagine the Energizer Bunny. Now imagine that bunny is big and hairy with a knack for spinning vinyl. How could you not want that
the Energizer Bunny's already hairy, bro. What?
on your team? Dr. Luke loved Khaled's energy so much
I haven't seen him in real life.
His show, The Luke Show, back in 1998. The higher-ups actually hated Khaled and begged him
They actually hated him
to be booted from the show.
We the best. I fucking hate that guy. Why is he here? He's gonna be big one day, sir.
Each week. They claimed that he was too loud, unpolished, and crass. But again, Khaled's energy would save him, with Luke saying if Khaled was gone, then he himself would stop doing the show as well. So Dr. Luke really helped DJ Khaled get his start in radio, and was a pivotal person in his career.
DJ Khaled is another settler. He came from New Orleans.
I trust this guy. I trust this guy
He came
because
from
of his
New
beard.
Orleans. He went to Orlando, couldn't get on as a DJ in Orlando. Then he came down here to Miami, got on at Mix 96, the underground radio station.
True, yeah, really messy beard is also sus. It depends how messed up and how dirty too. It is all in the beard.
On the radio, and then I brought him to light, to the mainstream on 99 Jams on my mix show.
After the show's ending years later, Khaled would
Okay, to fully clarify it here, here's what I think. Okay, overly touched up, scammer. Anywhere in between, fine. Way scruffy, way dirty, all kinds of fucked up. Like, holy get rid of that thief. Completely fucked up beard, thief. That's it.
awarded for his effort by
Everything in between, fine.
on Jams,
Okay.
and was given a time slot of his own that he would maintain control of for quite some time. At this point in his career, DJ Khaled was, like his name implies, a DJ. So what happened between then and now
Okay.
that caused so many people to doubt whether or not he even had any musical talent?
Because we the best.
I've seen all these clips. I know it.
The best, I'm the best. The cameraman right here is the best, she's the best, we the best. If you don't want to be part of the best, then you ain't the best.
In 2005,
I really think the whole "we the best" thing comes from like a inferiority complex, or what do they call it? Fuck. Where you think you're a fraud. Oh God, I can't think of it right now. Where you think you're a fraud, so you're like overcompensating. Can't think of it right now. Just somebody in chat's gonna say it.
if DJ Khaled releasing music was even more perplexing then than it is now. Dre said that one night him, Khaled, and some others were hanging out at Khaled's house when Khaled suggested that they
Imposter
put together
syndrome. Yes, imposter syndrome. He's like imposter syndrome, insecurity personified.
mixtape. Someone replied, "Mixtape? Man, nobody wants to hear a mixtape from you. You fucking crazy? Stick to what you do, play in the clubs and DJ."
Yeah,
on the radio."
manifesting.
Despite that comment from his friend, a few months later, DJ Khaled released his first mixtape ever
Oh
called
my
This
God.
Ain't a Movie Dog.
Bro, dude, this cover, that's amazing.
It had a stacked lineup with artists like Ja Rule, Busta Rhymes, Pitbull, Jadakiss, and many more. There was also a song on this mixtape called 50 Cent, because believe it or not, at the time they had a bit of a beef. Less than a year later, Khaled would release his first major collaboration titled We Taken Over, with big names like Akon, T.I., Rick Ross, Fat Joe, Birdman, and Lil Wayne. The song was paired with a flashy music video which contained every luxury purchase you could imagine.
Man, like if he wasn't in this position where he like is working with like every large artist, he'd be fucked, dude. He'd be fucked. He hasn't got a lot.
Someone making. Basically, between me and Khaled, we pulled every favor in the book, says Gil Green, the man.
Another thing too I want to mention, like it seems like, so I'm assuming what goes on is he pays for features from these big artists. Like he basically invests in it, but it seems like they give him like throwaways, especially nowadays. Like they give him throwaways, bro. How do you land that though? By grinding early on and doing DJing and just getting the connections. That's what it is.
Directed that video and just about every Khaled video since. It was also with this project that he started saying, "We the best," all the time. Years later in 2010, after a few other notable drops, Khaled would release his springboard single, All I Do Is Win, which would go on to
Bro, all I do is win. We the best. Just say it already, man. Just say it.
be triple platinum. This song was so popular that in 2013, President Obama would use it as his walkout song at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Around this time, Khaled also released the hit.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with paying for a feature, but the thing is, when you're paying for a feature, they have no obligation to do it well. If you're just paying for a feature, if they don't like the beat and you're paying for it anyways, what obligation do they have?
Song I'm On One with a young Dre. DJ Khaled was clearly very self-confident and unapologetic. With records like We the Best, We Global, Victory, Kiss the Ring, and Suffering from Success, it's clear that DJ Khaled knew he was gonna be big. Just like when he decided to pursue being a DJ, without many accolades, Khaled had already made up his mind he was the best. Of course, he was collecting accolades like crazy, using his industry connections that he had obtained throughout
What are you guys feeling about this beard right here? Scam? No scam?
the 90s and 2000s to work with some huge names.
Wait, no. Once he turned his jaw right there, I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm getting scammed. I'm getting scammed. For sure.
Khaled had released a handful of successful tracks and projects and was rising to the
Chains don't help, yeah.
But in the mid-2010s, things were going to change for him big time. With the game-changing communication platform Snapchat taking over, came the beginning of a new type of celebrity, or at least a new title, influencer. Khaled was actually one of the first major accounts to gain worldwide popularity on the app, garnering around 3 to 4 million views on each of his snaps. To this day on Snapchat, DJ Khaled has 13 million subscribers. On On his Snapchat stories, he would go on to create a major key series in which he gave out a plethora of cryptic advice in a way that was often humorous. I'm sure most of you guys have seen his Snapchat stories. They're super funny.
I remember the jet ski thing.
If you haven't, you're missing out, especially the arc when he was lost at sea.
It's so dark out here. We don't know where the hell we at, but the key is to make it. The key is never give up. This shit real out here, boy. This shit real out.
With this success outside of the music realm came even more success inside the music realm. DJ Khaled already had a bit of notoriety in the music industry, but he would continue building relationships and making even better music. Khaled went on to put out 4 albums in a row that would reach platinum status, featuring artists like Jay-Z, Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Future, and on and on and on. I'm sure it's not too hard to look
Bro, where's my wallet? Where is my wallet? I lost it.
through these albums and find a few
Making even better music? Yeah, for real. Cap, dude.
songs you know and possibly even
Green
love.
screen's
But
tipping
his
over.
surge in
Yeah,
popularity and his energetic,
just right
goofy
behind me.
personality led to a
There's, like, not
lot
a lot
of
of room.
questions from
Gotta move
fans.
forward.
Like, what does DJ Khaled do? Some people even began to hate him and his music for a variety of reasons.
It's fine now.
But
Sorry.
artistry has never really been DJ Khaled's strong point, as he's never really been an artist himself.
After DJ Khaled really began blowing
Beat making also never really his strong point. Guitar playing, he might be onto something there.
up in the mid-2010s, the DJ Khaled hate began bubbling. One of the first things that people, especially younger music listeners, began wondering was, what does DJ Khaled even do?
Bro, like, for real, like, I'm telling you, if he didn't go on tracks yelling "we the best" and doing those interviews talking shit about FL Studio or like that guitar video or stuff like that, like, I don't think people would care. That's the thing.
People thought that DJ Khaled was a producer, making the beats on his projects. However, they were wrong. Blackie Speaks made a video in 2017 titled, "What Does DJ Khaled Actually Do?" in which he basically explained
I wish I made that video in 2017, bro. Look at that. Look at that, bro. 2.9 million views. That could have been any of us if we did it back then.
that DJ Khaled
Only 4 minutes, too. It's only 4 minutes. You all need to do was make that video for 4 minutes.
executive producer.
Everything. Now, don't get it twisted. I have a team and I praise my team. I'm not like these other guys that hide their team. And I come to artists and I present to the artists ideas. Every record has a different story.
Oh, this is the interview. This is the interview. The FL Studio interview.
So I come with the artist's idea and they either love it, and if they love it, they contribute to it. They make it 10 times bigger. That's why you see everybody's a producer and a DJ now. But it takes a great producer like me
Like me.
to tell them sounds is garbage. They're fake. Don't fall for the trap. Let's go with these sounds.
I can't believe they're like looking at him seriously right now, you know?
Let's do this. Oh, this beat you presented me is dope.
Bad producer takes tier list. That's actually a good idea. I had to steal that idea. I'm gonna need you guys to give me bad producer takes though to put in there. Maybe after this video, I'll make a section in the Discord and you guys can give me the worst bad producer takes, and maybe we could do like a live stream tier list.
Give me that. Watch what I do. I make records. I find records. I put records out.
Executive producers are nothing new, but because of DJ Khaled's
Whole lot of yap in there.
prominence and energy, he tends to be at the forefront of these records, which tends to mislead casual music listeners. A lot of people were able to accept this and not care too much about it.
Yo, scamming, dude.
For example, the top comment on Blackie Speaks video is, so basically he's the guy in the group project who didn't do anything and took all of the credit. For this reason, a lot of people already didn't like DJ Khaled, especially when you add the fact that he so boldly claims he's the best and that he is a great
I'm telling you, bro, if he did not go around saying that.
he had funny Snapchat stories and was at least an entertaining guy, many people let it slide. That was until he decided to
He's like pointing at like a talented keyboard player. Them sounds is garbage. Now this is real. Pointing at the Unison MIDI chord pack.
any humility that he had when he dissed Tyler the Creator in
Yeah, this was a
2019.
bad look,
It all
bro.
started when Tyler's Igor beat Khaled's Father of Assad for the #1 spot on the Billboard 200 chart. After the results were out, Khaled used his giant
Just
reach
sounds
on
are fake.
Snapchat to voice his
Them sounds is garbage.
complaints. In the video, he threw some shade at Tyler, pretty much calling his music weird and that he should not have gotten first.
I gotta say this too. I make albums so people can play it and you actually hear it. You know, driving your car, you hear another car playing it. You know, go to the barbershop,
That's a weird reason to make music.
you hear them playing it. You know, turn the radio on and you hear them playing it. You know, it's playing everywhere. It's called great music. It's called
marketing. It's called major label. It's called making mainstream garbage. And maybe not garbage. Well, maybe for him, but
Albums that you actually hear the songs, not no mysterious shit and you never hear it. Bunyan.
it's called payola.
This was a bad look for DJ Khaled, a man who had always preached positivity and talked about the keys to success, hating on another man for beating him and going #1.
True.
He also complained that Billboard had discounted several of his album's sales without warning. These discounts are referring to a deal he did where he partnered with some energy drink company and every drink sold counted as an album sale, but Billboard
Desperate, bro.
didn't count it. And so DJ Khaled would also go on
Yeah, it's about it playing in places. Meanwhile, hey, we gotta make them sales through them energy drinks, bro. Why didn't they count that? Why didn't they count that?
a heated rant about Billboard and his label. Not only that, but people were upset that Khaled even thought he deserved #1 since he wasn't making the music. Many believe that he had no right to even suggest that.
But artistry has never really been DJ Khaled's strong point, as he's never really been an artist himself. He's been that guy that always sits on the side watching everybody else participate in the group project and putting his name at the in top, saying we the best in all his songs. Cool. The thing that made that tolerable for so long was the idea that you thought maybe, despite him not doing he would be aware of it, you know?
Yeah.
Like all this time, I think we'd been tolerating that DJ Khaled coast.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, even though I hate comparing him and Rick Rubin, but like Rick Rubin, people actually revere, and it's very similar. The idea is very similar.
I know that DJ Khaled brand on a lot of the tracks because we're just like, hey, it's Khaled, man. You know, he's a meme. He embraced his meme. He does funny things from time to time.
It's weird because like he's actually like almost an unintentional comedian. Meanwhile, he's not really good as a musician or artist. Like it's almost like he chose the wrong line of work.
There's no reason to really hate on this dude because he knows, right? He knows, doesn't he?
At every single turn, it seemed like fans were enraged with Khaled and his negative reaction to getting second. Fans would go on to point out the irony of his We the Best music group, and even Tyler would join in on the mocking.
Ooh.
It was fun. It was just watching a man die inside. The guy that, you know, the weirdo was winning. I was moonwalking in a wig. I didn't say nothing. I just let that #1 speak. Nigga ego had to deal with that because his whole identity is being #1. And when he didn't get that, that sat with him longer in real lifetime than that moment. I moved on.
Oh my God.
We went to London, cool, didn't think about it. That sat with him because his whole identity is we the best, we the #1. And when the underdog to him took that away from him,
Tyler maintained the same energy, talking about how grateful Khaled should be he even has his career. And it makes sense. Khaled seemed pathetic.
So the thing too is like the difference between Rick Rubin and DJ Khaled, in my opinion, is DJ Khaled he doesn't really even try when it comes to putting artists together. You know, like he just gets like the same popular artists like Drake, 21 Savage, etc., puts them together, and it's just like, okay, yeah, there was no creativity in that, right? But like I feel like Rick Rubin, there's a little more nuance to it. Like I don't think he's just like grabbing every like large artist and trying to like get a #1. I don't know. Yeah, he just goes with whatever's trending. Yeah, exactly.
Like his whole musical identity revolved around him being #1, when in reality, he isn't even making the music. Fans began to view DJ Khaled as ungrateful and undeserving of his success. It seemed as if overnight his image went from America's fun, slightly dopey uncle to a leech who is only popular off the backs of others. And with the following NFT scandal that Khaled was a part of,
I didn't know
it
about
looks like
this
his
one.
image really could have been hurt. Around the same time, Khaled would
Bro, what is this AI? Dude, this is the worst AI picture ever. That is so bad.
dip his toes into the pool that is the
Is that what people were buying? That's amazing if so.
the world. Khaled, along with the star boxer Floyd Mayweather, would be paid to endorse crypto startup Centra. What made this a problem is that Centra's promises regarding a debit card they were claiming to be making with
Bro, what is with the eye here, bro? What is going on?
Visa and MasterCard was not real. All the promises this organization made were fake, which is crazy because they raised $32 million. It was this large fundraising that raised a flag for the SEC, who would shut down the operation, and Khaled and Mayweather were fined about $152,000 as they had not disclosed to their fans that they were doing paid promo. Regardless of the fine though, Khaled decided it was a good idea to do another crypto promo, this time for NFTs, that also ended up being a scam. This was for an NFT project called Bored Bunny, which was basically just a board.
Bro, you know what's hilarious? This guy, have you guys seen that dude that's been trending on, well, not trending, but he's been popular on Twitter? People have been dunking on him, the NFT bro. He literally looks like an NFT. Let me find it. I have one picture of it right here. This guy. you seen this guy?
Copy that raised millions of dollars. And this project also ended up being another rug pull that DJ Khaled was caught promoting. I actually did a full video on these scams if you want the whole rundown, so check that out after this one if you're interested. But over the years, many people were left with a lot of questions. What happened to the grinder from New Orleans with
Told you, bro. The beard scammer. Beard scammer. Predicted it. We called it.
humble beginnings and a multi-generational dream in hopes of all the late nights at the station paying off? What happened to the Khaled that gave out major keys to his young...
I need to hear what he's doing right there sounds like. I mean, after hearing the guitar clip, I have a lot of questions about this. I need to know what's going on here.
Fans who thought of him as a powerful success story, or at least that funny uncle who was saying something crazy and getting lost on his jet ski. Well, it seems like
weirdly those clips are like more humanizing of him. I don't know. Than anything else he does. It's weird. Like I don't really get it.
Even if it was just...
Did you see Khaled on Hot Ones? No, I think I need to though.
Character. Him briefly breaking character to diss Tyler the Creator or accepting scam deals was not...
What is this picture, bro? Like, are you guys seeing what I'm seeing here? So this is like when AI upscaling was really bad, apparently. Because what is this, dude? What did it do to his eye? And then this other eye is just fucking... It's an eye with nothing under it. There's no eyelashes. This one is like a different shape, and it's got a bunch of like marks. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Good look. People thought his cockiness was a part of his character. However, after the incident with Tyler, they weren't so sure. And for many fans, that was enough to write him off. But for Khaled, he wasn't ready to quit yet.
Call me asparagus.
Khaled's reinvention was one that heavily relied on him going back to his roots. While his weaknesses have been exposed, his strengths were still there. He still had his infectious energy and his personality. Throughout 2023, DJ Khaled has let it shine in a plethora of mega viral videos on Instagram.
Call me asparagus.
It's Roblox.
I don't even know what Roblox is.
I'm on a whole nother level.
In these videos, the energy is reminiscent of his first meteoric ascension on Snapchat. He does what he does best, which is being himself as hard as he can. Realistically, he did go kind of low-key after the Tyler thing, but this comeback put him right at center stage once again with the whole world watching. Not only that, but he continued putting out music with tons of huge artists. And it seems like we may have finally gotten an insight as to why all of these giant artists are friends with him. Gil Green, Khaled's music video director for many projects, puts it in a good way. He says, "I think what they don't get is that his work ethic is about bringing people together for an amazing sound. What Khaled may not have skills that seem
debatable.
Sometimes directly impactful on the music, him and his energy are definitely a big part of why he is able to bring people together." Khaled states, "I think people get with me because they know we are gonna make something great. And like it or not, the music he has worked
the delusion, man. They give him throwaways. Man.
on has gone platinum more times than most artists can dream of." Miami New Times says, "Whatever it is you want to call his job title, it's clear no one else is doing it. And none of it happens unless he somehow makes people, very rich and powerful people, want to work with him." And while I wish this was a happy
Music was a weird choice here.
story where DJ Khaled went back to being the goofy old guy we all know and love, it's not. Despite his recent reinvention, DJ Khaled still remains a controversial figure. I actually ran a poll on my YouTube channel, and a lot of people love his reinvention and his personality, but not his music. One person explained it very well, and I think it covers the general music community. After I asked if they like DJ Khaled, and they said, outside of memes, no. The Tyler beef is an example why. His music mostly sucks too. So this seems to sum up most people's opinions on DJ Khaled. Most recently though, he's been in hot water for being one of the biggest Palestinian musicians in the world with the most influence. And
bro, I don't know why he doesn't learn production. It's not that hard. Like just making a simple beat is not that hard.
Conflict in Palestine. His Instagram comments lately have been bombarded with people who just want him to say something, to make one post or at least give his thoughts on it. Yet still he has not made a statement. So it makes you wonder if DJ Khaled is going to reinvent himself again and turn the current negative stigma around him into a positive one.
Okay. That was a fun video to watch. Like I said, I'm a DJ Khaled savant. I know lots of DJ Khaled lore.
Bang Incorporated.